This is how to play a C sharp or D flat chord on the guitar. In this video I'm going to start out with the easiest way possible, and then we'll get more and more advanced as we go. Let's begin. So this is probably the easiest way to play. It's actually a C sharp 5 or C sharp power chord, and you play it like this. Put your first finger on the 2nd fret of the B string. Then put your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the high E string. So together it's like this. You don't have to put your pinky way down there, I'm just getting it out of the way so you could see. But you could put it here if you want, where it's kind of hugging the 3rd finger. Or whatever's comfortable. If you're accidentally playing the G string, what you could do is put your picking hand, instead of in the air, put it on these lower strings, and then you can, if you want to strum, you can use your wrist like this. So that's as easy as possible. Let's take it up another level. This is a C sharp or D flat major chord because it contains the 3 notes C sharp or D flat, F, and G sharp. So this one you put your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the G string and your pinky on the 6th fret of the B string and your 1st finger on the 4th fret of the high E string. So all together. Let's take it up another level. So now we're adding the 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and the rest is just like the chord we just did. This next way to play the chord is probably the most difficult way, but if you're a beginner and you're having a hard time, don't stop here, because I'm also going to show some more easy ways, different ways, ways that just sound different, but it's all going to be C sharp or D flat. So your first finger goes across the first 5 strings on the 4th fret, like this. And your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger go here, just like in the last chord we did. But then you have to do this big stretch here. So what you do is turn the finger this way. And then it's not quite as much a stretch. So it's like this. So it's not easy, and I never play it that way. This is how I do it. I think it's a lot easier. So what I do is I put my 1st finger on the 4th fret of the A string, and then I put my pinky across the D string, G string, and B string on the 6th fret. So it's like this. And then I don't play the high E string. So I play it like this. I've also seen some people use their 3rd finger to do the same idea. So it's like this. Or you can even kind of combine them, where you put your 3rd finger on the D string here, and then your pinky is just across the G and the B string. So it's like this. So I think that's a lot easier, but let me know in the comments what you think. And here's another way to play the C sharp power chord. So this one you put your 1st finger on the 4th fret of the A string, and then your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the D string. So it's like this. You can also put your pinky on the 6th fret of the G string, all together like this. What's good about playing the chord like this is it gives you the ability to play a minor version of the chord you do the power chord, but then you let the B and the high E string ring open. So all together like this. That chord sounds great on acoustic guitar, especially when you're doing something like this. Here's another way to play the C sharp or D flat power chord. So this one, you put your first finger on the 9th fret of the low E string, and then your third finger on the 11th fret of the A string. You could also put your pinky on the 11th fret of the D string, so all together. And then you can add your middle finger on the 10th fret of the G string, so all together. Eventually you can get to where you put your first finger across all 6 strings on the 9th fret like this. And then just add your fingers over here, just like in the chord we just did. Put it all together. So that's called a C sharp or D flat major bar chord. And if you're having difficulty doing bar chords, I have another video where I teach a very simple exercise you do every day, and before you know it, you'll be able to play any bar chord. So if you're having a hard time, please check out that link in the description. And my leg is itchy, but anyway, check it out. It's really cool. I really like playing the chord that way because it gives me the ability to slide to other chords really fast. Something like this. You may not play these next few chords on acoustic guitar, but they're great for electric guitar. So this one, you put your third finger on the 11th fret of the D string, and your second finger on the 10th fret of the G string, and your first finger on the 9th fret of the B string. So all together. You can get some really nice sounds on the electric guitar like this. Here's another C sharp or D flat power chord. So this one, you put your first finger on the 11th fret of the D string, and your third finger on the 13th fret of the G string. So all together. You can also add your pinky on the 14th fret of the B string. So all together. And here's another way. So this one, you put your first finger on the 13th fret of the G string, and then your third finger on the 14th fret of the B string, and your second finger on the 13th fret of the high E string. I hope you got something out of this video. If you have, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you taking the time to communicate with me. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you'd like to watch more of my videos, just search Guitarincrease. I'm Brett, and I hope to chat with you soon in the comments.